Hi, my name is Bear, and let's start with the Realm of Ink. On Steam it has more than 90% positive review score, and that may grab your attention. Here you will begin your journey as the Swordsman, gradually unlocking additional forms as you progress, until you confront 4 bosses with unique backgrounds and escape from the Realm of Ink. Here you will explore diverse combinations to craft a unique combat style, and equip yourself with 9 different forms and weapons to slice through your enemies like butter. One of the cool features the game offers is Ink Gems. You will find more than 40 different ones that will enhance your abilities. The names of the gems speak for themselves: Venom Ink, Curse Ink, Burning Ink, and Ink of Potato Salad. Well, to be fair, maybe not all of these are available. I'm not sure about the Venom Ink. Also, you will discover over 200 perks. That is huge. Not as huge as your mama though, but still very impressive. Also, here you can have a pet that can evolve into 15 different forms. People calling the game Chinese Hades are not wrong, because the quality is very high and the entertainment it provides is impressive as well. Also, it probably spies on you. That is a joke. Maybe. You can also try a free demo on Steam. Redacted. In this science fiction roguelite, you took a job in Black Iron, a state-of-the-art penitentiary located on Jupiter's icy moon Callisto, and it so happens that the prison is overrun with hordes of infected inmates. As a simple prison guard, your job is simple as well. Get to the last escape pod and get out, preferably alive. You will have to fight through zillions of unique enemies and environmental hazards as you carve your way out of the prison. But you aren't the only survivor looking for escape. Your rivals, a deranged custodian, a violent gangster, a lunch lady, and others can't wait to step over your corpse and save themselves. You know, as I've mentioned, there is only one escape pod. When you die here, you can use your hard-earned loot to purchase new permanent weapons, suits, and skills. So with every death, you will get stronger, experiment with your strategy, and again, try to reach that pod. People are saying that the game is very entertaining and fast-paced, and bosses fights are really challenging but rewarding. Also, it is very fun to play on Steam Deck. Sworn. This is a 1 to 4 player co-op action roguelike RPG, where you will explore and reclaim a fallen Camelot from the reign of a corrupted Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. You can play the game alone and hack through hordes of disgusting enemies, or team up with your mother-in-law and slay evil hordes in good company. The game supports up to 4 players, so if you somehow have this amount of friends or relatives you can blackmail to play this game with you, this could be heaps of fun. So basically here you will meet familiar friends and foes from Arthurian legend, discover the source of spreading darkness over Avalon, and befriend and learn from powerful characters such as Merlin. Yeah, he can teach you a hocus-pocus spell that eradicates your enemies like flies. People on Steam are saying that this is a nice clone of Hades with hints of Diablo, and it is very enjoyable. But as a downside, it lacks content. You will finish the main story in around 10 hours. Ravenswatch. The nightmares here are like your ex, spreading and corrupting everything in their path, so you must hone your skills and find the strength to defeat the creatures of the nightmare, using unique hero abilities inspired by characters from folk tales and legends. Yeah, you can choose one of the well-known heroes, such as the Red Hood, Beowulf, or even Aladdin, and hack and slash your way through hordes of monsters. If you played Curse of the Dead Gods, you will be pleased to know that these are the same developers. If you didn't know the game, check it out. It's one of the best hack and slash roguelites inspired by Hades, and Ravenswatch kinda follows a similar visual style as Curse of the Dead Gods and lets you play alone or in a team of up to 4 players co-op. Risk of Rain 2. Everyone who played Risk of Rain 2 can agree on one thing: it plays way better than it looks, meaning that everything you are seeing now to you looks like a graphic gibberish of some sort, but if you take control of the hero, everything changes immediately. The game has 96% of positive reviews left by hundreds of thousands of players who bought the game. You can't argue with that. So here you'll fight your way to the final boss and escape, or continue your run indefinitely to see how long you can survive. A unique scaling system means that both you and your foes limitlessly increase in power over the course of the game. People on Steam are talking that Risk of Rain 2 is a bit unfriendly for new players. It will take time for you to adapt, so be prepared for that. It won't guide you by your hand or penis. Moonlighter. Here you are a shopkeeper who wants to keep your customers happy by providing them with various goods. You can put items on sale, set their price carefully, manage gold reserves, recruit assistants and upgrade the shop. But be careful though, some shady individuals may want to steal your precious wares. The trickiest part is getting the goods. You have to swim over River Nemunas to Kaliningrad, get contraband and then swim back to European Union to get rich. No, of course I'm kidding. You have to go to ancient passages to different realms and dimensions, fight various enemies and collect items from their dead, cold, maimed bodies. So romantic. Anyway, here the part where you hack, slash and die begins. People on Steam are saying that the game is fun, aesthetically pleasing and relaxing. Yeah, relaxing. So forget about big challenges, it's an easier game in general. But hey, it's nice to have something not Souls-like hardcore from time to time after all. Dreamscaper. This is a beautiful action roguelite game. At first the gameplay is very easy. At least it was when I played the game. I felt no bigger challenge and all the creatures died from my mighty swings without any problems. I was like, hey, I'm really good at this game. The challenge began when I finally met the first boss. And the fight was great, like 10 out of 10 great. And also it was the strongest aspect of this game. But I was kinda surprised that the more I played, the more Souls-like the game got. Easy peasy beginning was a trap. Actually, Dreamscaper is very unforgiving and difficult. I wouldn't mind, but most of the weapons here are slow. You know, like your sister. I felt like I was swinging them through the water or something, and you have to make perfectly timed attacks for critical hits. That is a hard thing to do with slowpoke weapons, but if this isn't a problem for you, then it may be the game for you. It has great art design, visuals, puzzles, and the gameplay is really fun. Beat Slayer. If you know Crypt of the Necrodancer, the core principle here is kinda the same. You have to slay enemies matching the rhythm of the soundtrack, except the battles are way more Hades-like. Here you'll have to leverage your nimble moveset and decide within seconds which of your skills you should use. Like, you know, kick your enemies against walls or into each other. The choice here is yours. So I probably shouldn't even have to mention that the music here is great. And along with it, the game has a nice story and great voice acting. Although it's kinda short, it will take around 9 hours to beat. The setting is also original. You will be thrown into a dystopian cyberpunkish Berlin of the 1990s and have to save the city from robotic enemies. So long story short, this is a hidden gem almost nobody knows about, and now you do. So what a nice reason to subscribe to my channel, right? Dead Cells. Overwhelmingly positive reviews should lock your attention even if you don't like pixel art graphics. And this game can stand strong behind the name of the style, it's true art. The game is really beautiful, just like you, my friend, but graphics are just one side of the coin. People on Steam are saying that this roguelite Metroidvania is probably the best game of the genre. Along with the graphics, you will get great music and gameplay more addictive than potato salad. People are also joking that here using the machete and pistol weapon is the closest thing we'll ever get to Bloodborne on PC. And speaking about platforms, it should be an amazing experience on Steam Deck. You can also acquire it on Switch, but we all know that Nintendo is not very fond of discounts, so the Steam version it is. Shape of Dreams. This is a fast-paced action roguelite that fuses hack-and-slash combat and strategic variety. You will journey through surreal dreamscapes where every battle will test your reflexes and every choice shapes your fate. Well, that is what developers say, and we all know that this is just a casual hack-and-slash title, but it looks nice. You can play solo and show off your skill-based power or team up with up to 3 friends in real-time co-op, improvising distinct combat styles and forging powerful builds that you can turn into the nightmare your enemies fear. You will wield an arsenal of skills, modifiers and artifacts to craft powerful combos, break through difficult challenges and carve your own path of progression. No 2 runs are ever the same here, and developers are saying that no single metagame will carry you to victory. Well, honestly, I have no doubt that some dude with a $4 mic already has some crazy build for you on YouTube. Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault. In the second part of this roguelite action RPG, you will be greeted with 3D graphics instead of familiar pixel art style, but the transition went really smooth and the game actually feels like part 2. So again, you start with no money in your pocket and you have to stand down on your feet and turn your humble shop into the beating heart of the village. And to have stuff to sell, you need to work as an adventurer. How cool is that? You will explore dangerous dungeons, gather relics, sell them, and reinvest the money you earn in various establishments establishments around the village, unlock new weapons and armor, shop decorations, and most importantly restore the hope that everything will be okay one distant day. People are saying that the game is not as punishing as usual roguelites, more on a casual side, so if you are a fan of impossible challenges, keep that in mind. Dandy Ace. So Dandy Ace is a fast-paced roguelike experience hugely inspired by Hades, but not blindly copying it. You'll become a fabulous magician seeking to combine and use your magical cards while fighting and looting your way to defeat the green-eyed illusionist who has imprisoned you in a cursed mirror. While battling your way through this ever-changing place, combine different cards with more than 1,000 possibilities, each with their own playstyles and powers. People on Steam are saying that the game is quite difficult, but has great visuals and the gameplay itself is very entertaining. Dandy Ace has a very positive review score on Steam, so it may be the game you are looking for. Wizard of Legend. This is a fast-paced dungeon crawler with roguelike elements that emphasizes dynamic magical combat. Quick movement and even quicker use of spells will allow you to chain spells together to unleash devastating combos against your puny, pathetic enemies. You will collect valuable spells and relics and build up your magical arsenal to fit your playstyle, which, as we all know, is to die again and again and again. You'll find over 100 unique spells and discover various spell combinations and synergies. People on Steam are saying that this is a fun game, although it has some annoying stuff, like getting stun-locked by some basic enemy and losing half of your health. It feels like you are getting robbed by a grandma with a fork or something. Despite that, the game is very well received by players. About 90% of reviews are positive. Curse of the Dead Gods. This game is obviously oriented for the fans of Hades, or as one commentator on Steam said, Curse of the Dead Gods plays as Hades and looks like Darkest Dungeon. Honestly, it's a fair comparison. So in this game you will seek untold riches, eternal life and divine powers. It will lead you to this accursed temple, a seemingly infinite labyrinth of bottomless pits, deadly traps and monsters. Well, the rest is self-explanatory. The game also introduces a cool mechanic of unique curses. They influence each attempt, putting a twist on every action. Although keep one thing in mind, you will have to parry a lot, and that Souls-like mechanic sometimes is very annoying. Otherwise, it's a great game. 86% of reviews on Steam are positive. Children of Morta. This is an action RPG with a roguelite approach to character development where you don't play a single character, but a whole family of heroes. You will hack and slash through hordes of enemies in procedurally generated dungeons, caves and lands and lead the family with all their flaws and virtues against the forthcoming corruption. Although I must warn you that this game is not for everyone. For example, I don't like stories about cute cozy families, about love and similar drama. This kind of genre mixing is weird. I actually have no idea who is the target audience of this game. Well, you might like it after all. About 90% of reviews are positive, so it may be your spoon of potato salad. And I would give it 5 warm milks out of 10. So this is the rare occasion where my score and public score is not even close. Bastion. This is an action role-playing experience with a reactive narrator who marks your every move. You can explore more than 40 hand-painted environments, find more than 10 upgradable weapons, enjoy gamepad support and discover the secrets of the Calamity, a surreal catastrophe that shattered the world to pieces. Bad thing is that the game doesn't have a huge replay value, even if it has a New Game Plus setting. But for this price, it is one of the best deals you can get. People on Steam are saying that even though this game is quite old, you really can't tell its age. It's not outdated in any way. Great game, without a doubt. Netherworld Covenant. Looks like Diablo but plays like Dark Souls Hades. Who? Yes, it's Netherworld Covenant. Here you'll control the survivor of a catastrophic disaster, wielding the Nether Lantern, a forbidden artifact that does something nobody actually cares about. You will hack and you will slash. That is cool and all you need to actually know. So here you'll venture into procedurally generated labyrinths to challenge corrupted heroes and demonic lords. To slay them you will have to choose your hero from several playable classes. You know, like Berserker, Mage, Hunter, Shield Guard and Useless Person. Seriously, that is an option. You can be useless in the game as well. That is a joke. You are awesome, my friend. Now subscribe. People are saying that the game is super hard, so play it only if you hate yourself enough and are ready to die many times pathetically before you achieve any progress at all. Great game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Splintered Fate. This is a fast-paced roguelike action game. You will take control of all 4 turtles, each wielding unique powers, and team up with friends for co-op gameplay. And when I say friends, the game offers even a split screen, like developers actually believe that we have real friends. That is so cute. So here you'll explore iconic New York City locations, upgrade your turtle powers, and prepare to face off against well-known enemies, especially the evil boss, that physicist Schrödinger, or something similar. I swear, I remember when I was a kid and I was arguing with other kids who would win in a fight, Schrödinger or Dark Vader. Yeah, those two could fight, that's for sure. So, have I pissed both fandoms already? Tell me, have you written a comment explaining the real names to me and now shamefully deleted it? Yeah, at least in your mind, right? So the story is quite simple. Kreese kidnapped Master Miyagi and now Karate Kid's... Oh wait, no. Shredder kidnapped the Rat Sensei and the turtles have to kick his ass and save the master. During the adventure you will face a whole pantheon of Teenage Mutant Ninja enemies, like Bebop, Rocksteady, giant crocodiles and other mutated animals. Looks like a fun game with friends, if you have friends. You don't you? So subscribe, at least we'll be friends with benefits. Undermine. This is an action-adventure roguelike that blends combat and dungeon crawling with RPG-like progression. Mine gold, die, upgrade yourself, and then try again. Discover hundreds of items including relics, potions, blessings and curses that all stack for a new experience every run. Challenge dangerous bosses and rescue helpful characters that provide new upgrades for your adventure. Also decipher the cryptic messages of the Undermine's residents and unfold the mystery at the heart of the dungeon. People on Steam are saying that the game reminds them of one thing, like someone took the mines from Stardew Valley, upgraded them heavily and made them into a game. Undermine has about 90% of positive reviews, but some people complain that it is unbalanced and can infuriate you. But hey, you play these games and hope to die just to be reborn stronger again. Lethal Honor, Order of the Apocalypse. I don't know when you are watching this, but when I first time stumbled upon it, it only had 28 reviews in total. And that's a shame. I can see that a lot of work was poured into this action roguelite comic books inspired hack and slash title. The game features eldritch creatures, fast-paced melee combat, and is filled with powerful abilities you can use to eradicate everyone who stands in your way. You will become part of a secret organization that investigates the paranormal and fights for the survival of humanity. The game is brutal and punishing, so get ready your eye-to-hand coordination skills, and people are saying that you will beat it in around 8 hours. It has nice voice acting and cool art direction. Basically a decent game nobody knows about. Unexplored and Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy. First part has better gameplay and has 90% of positive reviews, but the second has way cooler visuals, although as a game it is slightly worse, with the review score being just a little below 80%. So Unexplored is the roguelite that feels like a roguelike. That's what developers are saying. An accessible yet challenging action RPG, praised for its great level generator, real-time combat and a surprising amount of content and depth. Plus here you'll find free DLC which adds even more variety. You will explore dangerous dungeons, solve mysterious puzzles and engage terrifying foes, big and small, in intense melee combat. Second part, called The Wayfarer's Legacy, is similar although with more impressive visuals, but compared with the first part it's a bit clunkier, has a fair amount of glitches and bugs and also an insufferably long tutorial. Despite that, I think that it is a fun, underappreciated game. You can play the demo version absolutely free and check it out by yourself. It is also an amazingly light game. It will take only 2 GB of your storage cosmos, or storage space if you prefer to call it like that. The Binding of Isaac. 97% of positive reviews is something that must be exhibited in the Museum of Awesome, and those 97% are left not by some bunch of 200 people. Oh no, you have to add 3 zeros to that. So more than 200,000 people are saying that this game is awesome. It's an automatic must play and you have no arguments against that. So the story begins when Isaac's mother starts hearing the voice of God in her head, demanding a sacrifice be made to prove her faith. Isaac escapes into the basement, facing droves of deranged enemies and lost brothers and sisters. You know, those who were sacrificed before to prove the faith, also his fierce and deepest terrors, and eventually his loving mother. Here you'll find over 500 hours of gameplay, challenge runs, more than 450 items, controller support and 2-player local co-op. The game also supports 60 frames per second refresh rate and, listen to that, 637 Steam achievements. So I guess it's your time to collect them all. Hell Clock. In this hack-and-slash action RPG, you will play as a warrior fighting to rescue the soul of the Counselor, your fallen mentor. With each descent into the darkness, time warps and your power grows as you confront the dark forces that claimed your mentor's head and trapped his soul. Here every second counts as you will charge to battle the undead forces and risk delving deeper for powerful loot. Yeah, amigo, this game is filled with various treasures you can find. So while you face the nightmarish incarnations, you will also hunt down ancient relics infused with the strength of unimaginable power and create various skill combinations. The setting of the game is quite unusual. It's Brazil and not some imaginary land. That's cool, I guess. I like Brazil. The game features a 3-act story campaign where you will slay hordes of demons, craft items and control godly powers. People on Steam are saying that this is an excellent action RPG, but it is filled with bugs and glitches, though not everyone experiences those. The game's score on Steam is very positive. Lost in Random, The Eternal Die. This is a dynamic, real-time action tactical combat game with risk-reward dice mechanics and fast-paced battles. You will unravel a standalone story as the once great ruler of random on a mission for vengeance and redemption. The game lets you wield an arsenal of, well, only 4 unique weapons and unleash various card-based abilities. Also harness elemental relics and strategically roll your trusted die companion to shift the tide of battle. And as always, this is a roguelite, so even death isn't the actual end. You will return to the sanctuary to unlock new weapons, buy upgrades and take on quests from your allies to prepare for your next run. People are saying that the game is a mix of Hades and Binding of Isaac, but a bit less rewarding and easier. The graphic style is gorgeous and the controls are great, and a very positive review score on Steam confirms that the game is dope and may be a delicious spoon of potato salad. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. And, you know, subscribe or something.